Welcome, everybody. I'm Jack.
I'm Richie.
And today, we are chopping it up. Today is a very special episode because today, we are introducing our third host of the show.
Hooray!
Alyssa!
Hey.
This is Alyssa Sissenwein. She is our vice president of the club. How's it going? You want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Alyssa. I'm currently a senior, majoring in marketing, minor in creative media and film. Yeah. What else?
I don't know. You want to talk about how you got here right now? Your come up a little bit?
My coming of age.
Yeah, your
Start from the
esports
beginning.
experience.
So honestly, I got involved with video games and stuff like that young age with my dad. Very close thing. Came to college and was very disconnected from it.
You go on.
And then it wasn't till more recently in college.
Filming a podcast right now, dude.
Yeah, we're filming right now. Yeah, right now.
That is Gavin. Gavin is our competitive officer.
He's a homie. He just redid the
casting.
the casting booth. It looks fantastic.
A lot of moving parts right now.
Yes, certainly.
Just saw a button that wasn't supposed to be on right away.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think now we're good.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, continue.
Then I got to college and I was very disconnected from video games. I mean, I was playing Among Us all the time.
Among Us
with all my friends back at home. Because honestly, I started with shooter games and stuff like that, battle royale games with Fortnite. I made really close friends through Fortnite coming here that played Among Us and stuff. So then I found the class through Instagram and TrueBlue, and then I joined the class, met Jack, then met Richie. I said
Ratchy.
Ratchy.
And yeah, and now I'm here.
It's kind of weird that you guys both found the club through TrueBlue. I never really got on TrueBlue ever, and that's how you guys both even just discovered this club.
Well,
Yeah.
I was doing it for work. I was doing club highlights. So
Gotcha.
for my freshman year, I still worked there, student affairs department, and I had to look through TrueBlue and highlight different clubs for freshmen to find. And then I found Esports, and then I had to tag your guys' Instagram in the post. So then I saw the Instagram, which talked about the class.
And it was a snowball effect from there. Now
Yeah.
she's our vice president.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of, how has that role been fitting you recently?
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Yeah.
I literally, because I did the content officer last year, for a bit, and I really did enjoy that. But I just am such an organized person, and I love putting together the questions I have and making sure we're still on topic and transferring over meeting notes and really being helpful and doing everything is really, really fun. I am starting to learn more about the competitive side, which I would never have learned if I was just doing content.
Yeah, and you can also be just much more involved with the community in general. You seem like quite an advocate, community member, so to speak.
Yeah, I really try and push the community aspect and not just the competitive aspect.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the community aspect is such a big part of people's gaming experience. I don't really think a lot of people started competitively. A lot of people did start casually, and then they found and pick up more. So
Video games are a hobby.
yeah.
That's how it starts, at least. To rewind a little bit, speaking of community, we actually just recently got provided new peripherals from IT as well as Dell.
Yeah.
New headsets, mice, keyboards, and they're looking brand spanking new, if you will. That's what you see on our sides right here.
So what's super cool about these is that now we have some cherry keyboards.
Ooh.
So
Cherry what? What colors?
I don't know.
Cherry reds?
Yeah, I mean it's red. I don't know much
That's the
about it.
cherry name.
They look pretty similar to the ones that we have right now, but I guess these are a cherry keyboard, and I think that's just the button activation.
Honestly, the headset.
Yeah, it's just it. I mean, the last ones were mechanical as well, but yeah.
Okay.
The headsets are really cool though because they're wireless.
Aren't the mice wireless as well?
I think so.
Yeah.
So we got the 720M over there and the 920H.
Oh, those mice are very
So-
clean.
Yeah,
26,000 DPI.
definitely an upgrade.
Yeah, quite the
We
upgrade.
really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Super
So I mean, that
exciting.
just goes to show that this is the place to be. The lab, that is, Com Building 112. So if you ever want to come in and play some V games on weekends, like tonight, I'm pretty sure we're open till 2 a.m.
Right?
Is that wrong?
Yeah.
Yep.
So Alyssa
Yep.
also works for the lab. She's a student worker.
I am.
Wow.
Dude, talk about that because I feel like it's like so new and interesting. I don't know. Like, what do you
Yeah.
do?
So I come in, so I work Tuesday, Thursdays, and Sundays. I think I'm gonna be picking up more. We're still like figuring out schedule changing, because we added another person. Gavin, is also a student worker now. But I come in from like 9 p.m. to midnight. We go and lock up the comm building, which takes like 20 minutes. It's kind of not
That's
that.
20 minutes.
Yeah, all we do is just lock up the building.
Every door.
Every door is
Wow.
locked. Sometimes last time we did have to kick people out, which is crazy.
Really?
They were really nice about it. We were just like, oh yeah, the building's closed. And they're, oh, okay, we'll leave.
Of the building or lab?
The building.
Oh, okay.
And then the lab, it's like at 11:30 we call last game, so that we can kick it out.
Last call.
Yeah,
Last
last call in the
call.
games. Do you
Yeah.
run a Fortnite dub real quick?
It's my favorite thing, being like tapping them on like the shoulder because they're like mid game.
you
You're
have
like,
to log off in
hey,
30 minutes,
yeah,
buddy.
like, hey, by the way, it's last game, by the way.
We should definitely set up like a you know how Planet Fitness has like a lunk alarm for when you smash weights or something like that.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, yeah, they have like the alarm that goes
Yeah,
off.
we should have a last call alarm.
The
It's like,
rage alarm.
lab closing in 30 minutes.
The rage alarm.
Yeah. yeah. Don't tweak here, man. You guys
But-
caught me at a good time when we came in here. I was running Overwatch.
Oh yeah, you were running it back.
Yeah. So wait, how many hours are you spending in the lab on that Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday?
That's a
Open to close?
No,
Oh.
so we don't stay the whole time. We just stay for closing, and then on weekends we open and then close it. I've never had an opening shift because
Okay.
I have other jobs.
Responsibilities.
Yeah, I have a lot of things going on,
Mhm.
but yeah, I just come in, make sure everything looks nice. So when they leave, it's like, oh, the like board and mice are ready for the morning, and when other people come in, it's still nice. There's like no drinks anywhere,
Mhm.
like like coffee and stuff.
Yeah.
Is very popular.
You have to wipe
with the
stuff
game.
down and sanitize it and stuff too.
Not as much.
Not
Yeah,
as
it's mainly
much.
just like straightening things up. We
Okay.
have our wipes available everywhere, so I use the wipes personally.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Smart.
it's honestly really cool too because I feel like I have gotten closer to like so many of the officers
Mhm.
and like my coworkers too. Like I closed with Jason for the first time last night, and that was really fun. And I've closed most of the time with Nick, and like getting to know Nick and Allie, the community officer, like all of them. I feel like I got to know more personally
Mhm.
because of it, and we spend like 3 hours here every night, so
Nice.
it's not like I get to know them a little bit. It's really fun.
Yeah. And I mean, like, just getting to a personal level with, like, especially, like, coworkers, like, the officers, I feel like it definitely helps, like, getting to, like, I feel like once you, like, personally know them, you get to learn the process of, like, I don't know,
Team bonding's
their
always-
thinking process. Yeah, team bonding is always a great thing,
Yeah.
which we need to do, like, another, like, outing. Like, when we went out to Hibachi
Oh, that was so
go
at the end of
bowling.
the semester. Yeah, what if we went bowling?
I hate bowling.
You hate bowling?
I don't know how everyone's so good at it.
You don't have to be
It doesn't
good,
make
that's the
sense.
point.
I know.
I
think
personally
it's so,
would be good at it,
I always
but-
say I don't actually hate it, but I think
I'm
it's
pretty good
okay.
at bowling.
Yeah,
Honestly.
No, Richie was doing so much better than me.
We
When
should
went
1v1,
to bowl.
Rich.
Oh, dude. So, like, freshman year, me and Josh would go every Wednesday since they have, like,
Yeah.
since, like, Starlight Lanes has, like, a deal. It's, like, $15, and you get there at 9, and you can bowl till 12.
Yeah,
It's
I
so
think we should
nice.
100% do that, like on
In the-
some random Wednesday after an officer meeting or something like that.
Yeah.
Ah, solid liquid gold.
Unfortunately, that is during hours of closers, but it was
We
a great
can
idea.
go before you close.
Maybe, oh, yeah, that is true. Now that we got to
Mhm.
think about that, like, who's closing.
We'll figure out a way to cover it. I mean,
Maybe
obviously
we
we're
can just
gonna want
close the
somebody, like,
lab that
brand
one
there.
night.
Yeah, close the lab, have a little private party or something like that.
Yeah.
So if you want to be on our invite list, get involved. If you want to be on the podcast, get involved. We have a Q&A going right now. We actually just uploaded it on the Instagram story right before this episode started. So we're only a couple minutes in, but I think at the 30-minute mark, we're going to take a look and see what kind of questions are rolling in, hopefully.
Yeah.
But just to get yourself acquainted, have you thought about what your future endeavors for this club and your vice president position are and what you'd like to do with that over the year? Because you guys are both seniors. I'm a junior. You guys are about to be out of here.
Yeah. I don't know, really. Honestly, personally, I just want to make sure that my position is still a strong asset to the team. So
Mhm.
obviously, I'm pretty sure it's one of the required positions through True Blue.
It's not.
Vice president.
It's not?
It's not. But
I thought it was. I
no,
thought
it's
VP
president, advisor, and treasurer.
Was. Oh my gosh.
Definitely is
Never
much
mind.
easier to get things done with a VP on deck. So,
you're
don't
not
count
that
yourself out.
I'm fine.
I always tease Richie. I tell him that he would not survive without me.
I probably wouldn't, to be honest.
Where would you be right now, though, Alyssa? Home without a ride here?
Yeah.
Walking over here.
You'd be walking everywhere.
Yeah.
I'd be giving you rides everywhere too.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, but honestly, I really do enjoy the VP role, and I feel like it's really grown, like making it more established so it continues to be a helpful position and not just like a position we have.
Yeah, it was definitely, for like the past 2 years that I've been here, definitely VP was kind of like
Fill the space. Kind
didn't
of
really
thing.
do much.
Yeah.
You know, kind of like, because like I felt like everybody was like super. I mean, now that we have like a way bigger staff, it's like way harder to like
Manage.
communicate things. So like now we especially need one, and now we can see it going into play, because last year it was kind of like everybody did their thing. It was kind of like the execution was a little bit better, since it was like a smaller staff and everybody was like held to like a different, like, you know, we just had a lot more people that were like have been around for a while.
Yeah, and
So like kind of
honestly-
everybody did their thing. VP didn't really have a job.
Yeah,
But
'cause
now
there was,
this
like,
year,
not much to do besides just take notes. Like now,
Yeah.
since like there's so many more things we got going on without the class too, especially without the class and not having as much of like that to help pick up slack somewhere, or like someone's busy that week, I can pop in and help with anything.
First episode, Rishi and I defined our roles a little bit. I mean, I know you talked about your role in the beginning of this episode, but do you want to, in a couple sentences, define what you do here?
Yeah. So I do my biggest thing that is like a weekly basis that I always do is like meeting notes.
Okay.
So like 30 minutes before meeting, I get together like all the notes from like questions we have to cover from last meeting, things I know that are going on this week that we need to talk about, events coming up, things like that are just on my radar. And then apart from that, it's honestly just wherever I can help out. Obviously, I'm helping out with content stuff a lot. Recently, I've been trying to see how I can help with organizing like schedules, so like calendars being established between the competitive officers, socials, and casting. Right now is what I'm really trying to figure out a good
Casting. Oh.
yeah, so we can get casting on each of the games, which we had casting yesterday for Overwatch, so that was really fun. I was here watching them do it. It's just such a great environment. This is going off topic, but we had a huge crowd here last night.
Really?
Yeah, there's a lot of people watching the Overwatch
Was it on the
game.
big screen, or they were just like?
Yeah,
over
we had it on
people's
the
shoulders?
projector.
We had it on the
Really?
projector, but we were in house. We were playing in house, so everyone was kind of just like watching.
That's
it in-house.
awesome.
it's like super cool. Like I remember last year we were kind of like talking about it, like always having watch parties, and it'd be cool to just like see like the varsity team play here. And then it was always like, oh, like, you know, like someone's not gonna want somebody behind their back, but I'm just like, what are you gonna do in like a LAN experience? Like when you're at LAN, like, you know, you have people
So many
talking
eyes on
smack
you.
right behind your back. You know, as you're playing, you still got to play it like 100%.
They're calling you by
So
name,
just-
not your gamer
Yeah.
tag.
Yeah. So it's
Honestly,
just like,
Overwatch is such a big game too. Everyone was just like so involved in watching it, because like we'll be here. Even I noticed that I'm closing. Most people are playing Overwatch.
yeah.
Like hardly ever do. I feel like I'm the only person playing Valorant here sometimes.
Did you guys see the thing a couple months ago where they were dishing out like $6 million to their teams to keep them playing Overwatch?
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's just because like the state of esports right now. But
It's not even the state of esports. That's very much the state of Overwatch. They haven't been supporting their game. I mean, in my opinion. I mean,
it's just probably BattleNet in general. I feel like
Yeah.
like Call of Duty's kind of going
Yeah.
through the same thing.
the Blizzard acquisition just went through. It just officially went through. They just
Wait.
sold their company for like $60-something billion to Microsoft.
Oh my
Really?
gosh.
Yeah.
I didn't know
I
that.
can pull the exact number.
That's crazy.
I don't know how IGN posted it, but yeah, it's officially went through, and also that info from the FTC trial went live. So just like so much insider info of Microsoft got leaked.
Ooh.
Yeah. Like I
All
don't
the
know.
tea is being spilled.
Yes.
Oh my
The
gosh.
tea is all
Dude,
over the floor.
listen, I wanted to talk about, since so Jack is designated social media guy, Mr. Sir social media guy now.
Yes. I am
replacing
Mr.
me.
Sir these days. 69 billion. That's the number.
Jeez.
I didn't want to say it until I knew.
But you made the Elevate video, super cool. So like it's gonna be really cool making one of those, like a couple of those this year, because I think this year we're trying to focus on on 3 teams. Yeah, like how are you gonna feel about that? Like, I know like we kind of came up with the process of like how we're gonna film it. I'm like more of like the on-set execution. Jack's also gonna help out with that, and I think you wanted to tackle on the editing. I don't remember. You can correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah,
But like let's just talk about that.
I love that video. That's like my baby, it feels like. I mean, there's obviously things that I would do differently now if I could, like how I filmed it, the interviews, getting it closer to their faces and stuff like that. And I had even my boss watch it, and he gave me like notes back.
Cool.
So it's honestly like, and I share that. I have that on my LinkedIn. Like,
Nice.
I love that video. I think it was like my first like project I took on, and obviously Richie, you were like a huge help with that too. I feel like I know how to play the game now.
Yeah.
Like, I was never into COD. So like learning about the different ways it works, like learning about the teams, learning about Optic. Like, you introduced me to Optic, and honestly, I still watch those
She's
videos.
never gone back since then.
I can't. I love those guys.
Their content is just like I just can't think of another organization that does it like them.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
Yeah.
Space Station, but
Yeah.
even then, like they're it's like cinematic. Every video they make is cinematic. It's like a movie.
Honestly, and you know what's so crazy I learned through that is how hard it is to find music.
To
Yeah.
find free music,
Dude, we
you
would be
know,
sitting
and
there.
Like,
that's
Richie and
it.
I would be sitting in the corner for just like hours looking at music.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I feel
just
ya.
crazy.
We have a document just filled with like the most mid songs.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
just, like,
That's why I
But-
just use copyrighted music, honestly. I'd rather
We-
put the content over
yeah, we
that.
ended up
Yeah.
Oh,
doing
you
that.
guys did? Okay.
Yeah. But honestly, like, that was so much fun to make, and like having and sitting down with Richie, and I watched like the whole stream and stuff, and like I'd watch through all these clips, and like then I started noticing what was a good clip and what was like
Oh,
a
gotcha.
clip. Yeah, so even like I clipped one of their games once,
Yeah, you did. You clipped our last game. We
Yeah.
we lost game 5, but
Darn.
and I was watching it, and they had a class in here, but they let me stay in to clip, and as I was watching it, I was like, oh.
That was
Oh.
sick.
Yeah, like I was, that was sick. Like,
was
Signs
spinal.
did so well on that clip.
spinal.
That was tubular.
But I started noticing more, so it really was fun to not just like get involved and like get to know like the players through the interviews, like interviewing like even Skylar and stuff. Like, that was my first time like really like one-on-one talking to him through the interview, and working really close with Richie. Honestly, it was just so much fun. There was times when I was here till like 2 a.m. I could have done without that. Like, I spent a lot of time in the lab
Yeah.
because I didn't want to edit. I can edit it at my house, obviously, but I get
You have
distracted.
the project here and stuff, too.
Yeah.
Huh?
I like to be here, and I also got community input on it. Like, people were watching it over my shoulder, and they were giving me like comments.
Spinal.
Yeah, I had Graham over here. Daedric would give me comments on like some of the stuff.
I had some cool animations to that. You should make a 3D
Yeah,
animation.
he was telling me to
on
put animations, but I
Daedric
was
was?
like,
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know. I kind of want it simple.
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
But even he was like giving me comments. Like, literally everyone was super supportive about it. And I really wanted to get it out, so I like set that date, and I was like, I'm getting it out on that date.
Yeah.
What's going to be the next one? What game?
So I think we're gonna follow, for sure, Overwatch.
Mm-hmm.
I think we want to do Overwatch, possibly Rocket League,
I would love
and
to see Rocket
Valorant,
League.
maybe
I wanna
League
do
of Legends
Valorant
as
so
well.
bad.
So it might be 4 of them. So yeah, we kind of just want to follow their season, like go over all the intricate stuff that happens, like all the stuff that happens behind closed doors, kind of like
Mhm.
whether those like pretty, I don't know, like all the practices, just VOD sessions, just like what people like outside, like we want to change the perspective that people have of esports and add a personality to it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we have like great personalities here, and like it's just not shown.
That's why I think Rocket League would be great.
Yeah.
Those guys are goons.
No, they're so funny.
Honestly, I started to get to know the Overwatch guys too.
Mm-hmm. Is there one
They're
that you're most
chill.
excited to look into filming and editing at all?
Oh, 100% Valorant.
Yeah, you're a Valorant fan, huh?
I think it's so fun, and I have had conversations with some of those guys.
They're
who
so
are
down to
ready.
earth.
They're so sick.
Oh, really?
One of them was here yesterday. I think it was Dinkers was here.
Dinkers?
I don't know
Yeah.
if it was Dinkers.
What?
Yeah, he was here because they had a scrim and it's something about his computer.
What
I
is
saw
his
him
name?
walk in. Anyways, I saw him walk in.
His
and
name
I
is
was like, he needs a computer.
Dinkers.
Dinkers?
I don't think it's
Not
Dinkers now that I think
Stinker?
of it. Is
It's
it
like Dinkers is like really tall.
They're all tall.
They no, you know they have like an average of like 6'1" on their team.
Why?
I don't know.
All b-ball players.
I think
something
the
like
short. I think the shortest guy is like 5'10".
that? Weird.
Yeah.
That's
awesome.
crazy.
They're so fun
Like a
though.
tower over their mind.
I honestly like. Obviously, it's all because of Ernesto. Like, shout out to Ernesto. Why I actually like Valorant,
Oh yeah.
because he would always just message me throughout the summer when I had Richie's PC to play, and so I was just playing more consistently. Obviously, I'm still not good at it. Like,
Better than me.
obviously, I just think it's so fun to just get in there and just play. And I think it's more fast paced. Like Overwatch, when I was healer, I was like, I'm bored. I'm like, oh, I want to fight.
Yeah, that's why I play DPS. Like I don't know. With Call of Duty, my play style was super fast. Like I was just the aggressor. So like going to Overwatch, I just like want to be in the mix of everything. So like being DPS is always just the way to go.
Who's
Or
your
tank.
hero in Overwatch?
It changes. Like I play a lot of tanks, so usually when I play tank, I'll play like Zarya,
Yeah.
or I'll play Sigma. But then,
Sigma.
huh?
I said I just logged 30 minutes in Overwatch last night.
Yeah, Overwatch is so much fun. It's fun when you're like, I feel like you can say a game is fun until you get into the competitive side of it,
Dude,
and then you just hate it.
Overwatch comp is one of the more aggravating games out there for sure.
Yeah, because like the thing is like Call of Duty, you can have one guy that's like not performing, and you can still have a shot of winning the game.
Not
Like you can
with
just have that
Overwatch.
one guy that can pop off for the team. But Overwatch, if everyone's not doing their job, if there's one guy not doing their job correctly, your whole team is just in shambles.
They were like our team was going in on me, right?
Yeah.
But my account was so new, I couldn't even chat back. Like I couldn't say anything.
Wait, really? Didn't let
Yeah,
you
it
chat
did.
back? I didn't even know that was a
I
thing.
couldn't even be like, hey, I'm new, because I was playing with Cheese Nut and Allie. Cheese Nut's a
my
very
first
high
day.
like level, so it was like kind of
The skill-based matchmaking hits you.
yeah.
That's a thing. That's another thing. That should be removed. I think skill-based matchmaking is so dumb.
So then I was like, wow, this is like kind of hard. And they're like, yeah, because he's good. Also, he streamed it.
Oh,
So-
really?
You
So
playing?
you were caught on
I was caught.
1080p.
And you
On
know,
720p.
yeah, it was
Yeah,
crazy too, because
60
during
frames.
while we were playing, like there's like different people coming up and teaching me how to play the game. So I'm sure on that stream you just hear me saying, wait, what am I doing? What is
Yeah.
aiming? What is that? What is that?
Yeah,
What did I
you're
just
saying
do?
that you were trying to heal with Mercy, and it was the damage boost button. It was your
Yeah,
right
Nick
click.
just came over, hit tab, and was just laughed. And I looked at it, and my heal was like maybe like 5. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I thought I was healing this whole time. Yeah.
Well, you know now, right?
I do know now.
Great.
I know now, but I thought that they were the same thing.
Yeah, I think Overwatch would be a good little team bonding for us, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe
I
we
mean,
should figure it out,
I've recently been playing it a lot.
Oh,
Yeah.
Richie's been like grinding the Overwatch.
Yeah,
game.
you have. Huh?
Yeah.
I've been like, haven't you been playing with like other people too?
In the KBM FIFA, that's crazy.
Nah, dude, wait. The new FIFA just came out yesterday, so now Cortland won't play with me. He's playing the new one. I'm not dropping 60 for FIFA. Just to keep losing, because like me and Cortland were like on like on an 18 game loss streak. We would not win because we would just like rage at each other. But we finally won 2 games in a row 2 nights ago.
That's huge.
You didn't
So
get
it was
third?
big. It was against the same guys.
Oh.
We think.
You got revenge.
No, it was crazy because like it locked me into keyboard and mouse. So like, well, it was just keyboard. It wasn't even keyboard and mouse. Like it didn't have anything to do with the
Wait,
mouse.
you
It was
don't do
like
anything with the
my
mouse?
left hand was like controlling the player, like where he went, and then my right hand was like pass, shoot, and it was just like so weird.
Yeah.
See, I
Watching
Like,
why
you
is
try
this
to
even an
figure that
option?
out the other day was the funniest thing ever. You just
Yeah.
like kept shooting it.
Yeah.
over and over.
On a separate note, like still in the gaming thing, but more towards like events and stuff. What I'm really excited about is like a spooky game thing.
Like during Halloween.
Yeah, I want to play.
Phasmophobia.
I want to play Five Nights at Freddy's. I want to go back to my
Five Nights at-
roots.
You hear about the new movie that's coming out for it?
Oh
Yeah,
my gosh, yeah, it's coming out soon.
Very
You guys want to go
close.
see it?
Of course, yeah.
No one else. No one will see it with me.
Why? It's Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, but none of my friends know what that means.
We should get better friends. They're
Just
sitting
drop
here
'em.
right here, mics in hand.
Drop them.
We should definitely, like, I was actually thinking that just a second ago. What kind of team bonding things us 3 can do? I mean, I know that we all live really close to each other,
Like
and we
next
all
door.
hang out where we can, but, like, we should actually do some activities that
I
we
s-
can
I see you
figure out.
guys like almost every day. It feels like
Yeah, but I'm talking activities.
activities. You mean you don't like watching JJK in the living room?
We only watched an episode and a half, though.
I know. I
So that was
had
like
to work.
35 minutes.
Oh, so fun.
Should go to a museum.
We went to a museum around here, the Natural History Museum. Or
How was
something like It was weird. It was like the back rooms.
Oh my gosh, there's a staircase. Okay, Jason and I found a staircase in the comm building, and it feels like you're the back rooms.
Let's
Like-
go. Let's play hide and seek in the comm building.
It's like a staircase
Esports
that's
event.
to the right, and we thought we got locked in it for a second, and I was like, oh my gosh, if we have to like call 911 to get us out of this right
There's
now.
like a scary
That's how it
elevator
works.
too in here.
That elevator, it's not working right now.
This one?
Oh my
Mhm.
gosh, I've been no. There's one like over there.
There's another one.
Yeah, there's this
Show
one
me.
and then there's that one.
In
I
the
wanna
nooks
see
and
that.
crannies.
And I
of
went
the
in it
building.
because like I remember I had to go to the 3rd floor last year to like go grab like a package, and it was like it was all the cases of like Monster that came in. And,
Secure the package.
yeah, and I had like a little dolly, and I'm not gonna take it down the stairs, and then that elevator wasn't working, and then the worker said, "Oh, there's another elevator." I'm like, "Okay," and we got
He was
it.
a
It
paid
was just
actor, bro.
shaking, dude. I was like,
Yeah.
like it
Because
was.
like Nick and I will use the I almost started talking it wrong. Nick and I will use that elevator when we don't want to walk up the stairs to like lock up the building. We'll use
Yeah.
the elevator, and it'll be like.
Yeah, have you guys been locked in an elevator before?
No.
Stuck in an
No,
elevator?
that's like I thought I was going to at the Standard.
Dude, I did when I was like by myself, when I was like 6 years old. Like core memory right there. Yeah. Came out tears flowing down my face.
Oh,
My angel mom's arms.
honey, come here.
Yeah.
It's just like glowing.
So scared. I thought I was being cool. It was like one floor, and my family went down the staircase. I saw that there was like some people in front of them. I was like, they're gonna take a long time. I'm gonna beat them. Classic, 6-year-old
did you know.
thought. Went down the elevator by myself. Got stuck. I don't know. It wasn't even that long. It was like 5 or 10 minutes. But
Oh.
instead of it being 30 seconds, it was 5 minutes.
But it felt like an hour.
Yeah, I would
felt like
not
forever.
recommend getting stuck in an elevator.
Oh,
Not
If you could
cool.
stop it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Alone.
Well, the one doesn't work here, so
If you guys want to try, if you want to get over a fear, that's where you can.
it's not a fear of mine. It's just just like I don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
We were talking about this the other day on the table. What if we went and played laser tag?
We got
Laser tag.
flag tag.
Like
It's really fun.
they have free cookies there.
They're the names, the default names that they give you are all like Star Wars names. So it's like Kid
Oh, really?
Fisto, Darth Vader, Stormtrooper.
I-
and it's really fun. There's like power
I
ups
want to
and
be
stuff
Luke
too.
Skywalker.
I
Do
don't
you get to
know if they
pick,
have
or
Luke
is it
Skywalker.
like?
I mean, it's dependent on which gun you pick up, but it
Oh.
doesn't like display the
Death
name.
Star.
You know?
I remember when I back in California over the summer, I went with like my little cousins to go laser tagging, and it's on the Santa Cruz boardwalk, and
Mhm.
I got first place. I was like, I'm top fragging in real life,
Top
dude.
frag. I'm top frag.
Striker and
You're just like
COD.
your bottom frag.
All right, I'm gonna end the video. So
Okay. And we will be right back. And we're back. What did you say?
What'd you do to your hand?
What did I do to my hand?
Why
Did
are
you say?
you-
Nothing.
That-
I don't know why I'm saying that. It's kind of embarrassing. I fell on my bike. I've been mountain biking. I fell, like I scratched my knee once off of a jump, and then did it again.
Watch this.
Like my like
Was
from
this
B
really
movie.
cool?
Have you seen that? It's like watch this. So then she makes the contrail, the heart, in the sky, and then she crashes into the mountain, Kobe Bryant style. I should not say that. Sorry.
It's okay. I used to
Too soon.
skateboard on campus, and I flew off the board.
Mm,
It was
that
bad.
hurts. Skateboard accidents
It-
hurt because
it
you're always
hurts.
like on the street. You know?
Yeah, and usually I'm over by the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. Okay.
Should we get into this new little segment we're gonna do?
Yeah. So
I
as we
guess we-
said earlier, we opened up a little Q&A before the episode started. We only, allowed 25, 30 minutes for responses to come through. But we've got a few questions now. So for just about the remainder of the episode, we're going to go over those. So are you guys cool if I ask our first question?
Yeah. Let's go.
Is Richie going for a beard or just the stash?
Dude, I've tried the beard.
No.
It did not look good.
It wasn't the worst thing ever.
No,
Oh.
it wasn't the worst, but I think I'm just sticking with the stash.
Okay.
Jack, what about you? Are you getting some? You got some scruff going in?
I mean, I don't mean to.
Oh, you just shave it.
Yeah, I definitely don't have enough facial hair to just keep it there.
Well, it is
Should I
funny.
start buying supplements?
The little roller thing. You ever
Yeah,
seen
I
those?
have seen those.
What's funny too is because right before we came here, I was like, "Oh, Richie, text me when you're ready." He's like, "I'm shaving," so I thought he was shaving everything, and then he got in the car. It was like,
Hey, you looking clean.
Thanks.
Clean shaven AF.
"What's the next?" On to the next
Yeah,
one.
I guess that one's kind of a difficult question for us to all answer.
Well, I can.
Are you
answer.
going for a mustache or beard?
I don't think I am.
Alyssa
I
already
hope
has
not.
one. No.
Thank you for noticing. I was really waiting for this question to be brought up, actually.
The next question, so we've got different kind of genres of questions. A couple of them are goofy. A couple of them are more serious.
Let's do the goofy ones first.
Goofy one. Okay, so the next goofy one, I guess not goofy, but just more trivial. What do you think is the most entertaining esports game to watch? From Lily.
Oh, I think they were in the class.
I think there's only one right answer.
What?
League of Legends.
I don't know how that game works.
It's got to be Rocket League.
Yes, thank you.
Like
I'm glad that we're in agreement.
I don't want to be biased and say Call of Duty because I love watching Call of Duty because it's super fast paced and fun, but I don't think anything beats Rocket League.
Can I give a completely different answer?
You're gonna say Valorant. You're gonna say Valorant.
No, I'm gonna say Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm so up to date.
No, esports.
Oh, esports.
I mean, you can talk
I'm
about
gonna
that
say
if you
video
want
games.
to.
But I don't know. I don't really watch that many. Actually, I watched a couple.
You definitely watched Worlds.
You
I mean,
gotta
not Worlds.
watch
You
Worlds.
watched Valorant.
I did watch Valorant Worlds.
Valorant's really entertaining.
That was really cool. I thought the game it was video games in general because I love Markiplier. I
You're
watch all
welcome to
his
answer
games and
both.
scary
I mean, why
games.
don't we all answer both?
Well, there you go. There's my answer. Five Nights at Freddy's. I know all the lore. I actually am up to date on it.
Have you seen those like fan-made videos on YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are pretty hype.
They're kind of cool. I seen like there's a thing that they did back when I was like elementary school on Five Nights at Freddy's, and it was like a play that they did. It's so sick, and it's like
What?
yeah, it's like high level like production, and they have like a whole script. They have all this
Like,
editing.
are there people in costumes for the animatronics, or are they actual
It's like
animatronics?
puppets. They did puppets. I guess that part wasn't as like high tech, but
Well,
they
that's
got
still
like
cool.
high names like Markiplier, Matt Pat, like super high
Oh,
names.
they
and
got Markiplier.
They
for
got
it?
Markiplier
Five
and
Nights at
Matt Pat in it. But yeah, I gotta look up this company name. They're really cool. They got me into like watching like content related things for video games. But yeah, that and I guess Valorant. I actually know the world's teams now.
Mhm.
Like I know the players.
Do you have a non-esports game that you like to watch?
No, honestly,
Oh,
kind of just stick with Overwatch. I've been watching some Overwatch lately.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like whenever they're in season, but yeah, I mean, I just only really watch COD,
Yeah,
and then
I feel you.
started recently getting into Rocket League. One, because of work, like when I was working for V1,
Mm-hmm.
but like it was just so hyped. I don't know, it was just hype because you can get like crazy comebacks. Yeah,
It's very sport-like. I think it's
Yeah.
one of the easier transitions from sports to esports, just because
it's just
of
literally soccer.
it's just like a much
Car
quicker,
soccer.
fast-paced sport
I don't
in
think
of its own.
ever sat down and watched a full Rocket League game.
Really?
They're
Yeah,
so
You
fun.
definitely should
I've
watch it. You
seen
can
it.
like see the intensity, you know.
I've seen a full Valorant and Call of Duty. I watched some of the Optic games for Call of Duty when they were
Overwatch, yeah.
doing. I guess yeah, I did watch the Overwatch games here last night, but yeah, that's like pretty much all I've seen.
Overwatch is entertaining. I think if obviously Rocket League is my number one that I like to watch. It's very entertaining. I'm very into the RL Pro scene. I also like watching Smash whenever I get the chance.
Okay.
Just seeing the pros play because it's just a game that a lot of people can pick up in a social setting. But otherwise, I gotta stick with my classics and say I like watching Destiny too.
I actually
Yeah.
love watching
As
Minecraft.
one of the members that have poured hundreds of dollars.
Minecraft
into
is
the
a good
game.
one.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what I was gonna say. It was Minecraft. That was my next pick.
Yeah.
Like,
I like watching
Bed
Roblox.
Wars.
PewDiePie.
I like watching Roblox.
Why are you watching Roblox?
Honestly, some of those things is just so funny to just like what is going on. Some of the Roblox players are crazy.
Like recently, I take it back. I think the game that I really like watching was Only Up. Like I love
my
watching.
gosh.
I loved watching streamers
Corley
because
would
like
stream it
I'd
on
be like
Discord.
fall. I'm just like preying on their downfall. I'm like fall, and they're like ah! And you're just-
Over summer, we would get on Discord calls and Richie would make Cortland play Only Up, and he'd be like, "I'm done."
because Cortland will full send everything.
Yeah.
If he sees a bed, he's going for it.
Yeah.
I'm
And like
done.
Cortland would just sprint through everything when like our buddy Ethan would like do everything super cautious,
Mm-hmm.
but he would still fall.
Yeah.
But like Cortland would just run through the whole thing, like if it was like a speed run. But the speed runs are crazy. I feel like that's like the only game that's not esports I
ridiculous,
really like
man.
watching.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was watching some of those speed runs. That's insane.
Yeah,
Like
it's like Fall Guys too.
Oh, I hate Fall Guys.
Oh, guys.
That game sucks.
It's so fun.
I
love
played
Fall
it for the
Guys.
first time with Richie and I don't know who else was it, like Aiden or something. and I didn't know how to play.
She could just not figure it out.
It just didn't make sense. There's only 2 buttons. I was like, this does not seem right.
It's like
run
jump and dive.
Yeah, and dive.
And I
guess.
kept like getting like people were like throwing me across.
And grab. So 3 buttons. Yeah.
What's the next question? Sorry.
The next question is, what sets our program apart from others? Who would like to go first on that one?
I can. Well, I mean, the biggest thing is like obviously we're completely different people from the other ones, so like we have different personalities here.
Yeah.
I feel like, not to be biased, I'm sure all 3 of us would be biased about this, about our content, because obviously we're all like really passionate about what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So that too a little bit.
I mean, with this podcast up, of course our content sets us apart from our competition.
Richie looks like he's like
I'm dying over here.
A little sleepy.
Yeah.
he's a
What
little
sets
tired.
our program apart, do you think?
The fact that like how you said about content, and the fact that like we're also all student led, when
Yeah.
all these other programs have faculty making graphics, making videos, but we're doing it all in house with students, and this is a club, and like we treat ourselves, we hold ourselves to the standard like if we were an actual program and getting funding, like these other programs, and being able to compete and put just as high quality content as them is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And just thinking about the potential of what we can have if we did have a little bit more funds, or just like, yeah, I don't know, like it's just that we're student led and we have the same, like we have crazy amount of passion here. Like we have a lot of people who want to help out, a lot of people who aren't officers that want to help out still with the club and make ourselves better than what we are.
Yeah.
I feel like that also directs to that other question about like why you're passionate about the club and stuff.
How did you know that question?
Yeah, how'd you know that question?
I have access to it. I have access to Instagram.
I'm watching you.
But like, come on, that's like the perfect transition to that question.
I didn't get to answer.
I think. Oh, sorry.
So,
Sorry.
it's okay. I'm taking no offense.
My apologies.
It's okay. Thank you for thinking of me. Honestly, you guys kind of hit the main bullet points. I think if I were to say what sets us apart the most is our wonderful community holding this club up. We've got 1,300 to 1,400 members like in our Discord of just like alumni, current members, and it's always active. There's always people in a phone call and stuff like that, and we really have created quite an involved community, not just a community, but people that are here to get stuff done. We had the keycap painting where you painted your PS4 controller, which looked very funny.
I have it hanging up in my
I think
room.
Where
we
is
should
it?
post
Is it
that.
in your room?
It's in my room.
Yeah, and we also we have we partner with K-Jack over just our neighbors across the hall. Fantastic people. I love everyone in K-Jack, and they come and do their open mic nights. Awesome production and awesome talent that comes through here.
It's always so much fun.
Yeah,
They
open
always
mic
do
nights are great.
Sick themes. This last one was camping. They had a tent here.
Oh, very
Yeah,
nice.
it is so
Yeah, they
cool.
have a lot of camp-related things that they theme it around. But yeah, the K-Jack people are awesome. We should get them on sometime.
Yeah.
Talk to K-Jack representatives of some kind. I know plenty. So, yeah, I would say just the fantastic community that we have that upholds this organization.
Yeah, and honestly, our advisors too.
Mhm.
We have such like great involved advisors. Like
Mhm.
Graham's here all the time. I know, like technically, it is part of his job now
Yeah.
too, but it wasn't before. This was like very volunteer based for him. I'm pretty sure too.
Yeah. And to segue to the next question of why are you so passionate, to rewind a little bit, I think Richie honestly put it pretty perfect. I think his point of having the bar set for ourselves, that is the equivalent to an organizational type format. Like we aren't paired with anybody. We're a solo organization. We're not paired with athletics like most schools are. We don't have our own esports faculty. It's just us. And I think that gives us a lot of freedom and a lot of creativity to do what we want and to really test our skills, test our talent. And I think so far, I mean, you guys are longer down the road than I am, but I think there has been some serious improvement that I've been able to see since being here, especially on the content side.
Yeah.
Just like the graphics when I first got here, the game day graphics, nada.
Yeah, that's definitely the thing that I really appreciate from having this opportunity with the club, is that I got to create my own like brand pretty
Yeah.
much. Like, we started with the new logo, complete refresh. Didn't really have that good of a social media presence. And just being able to do that, like, myself, and, like, being able to come up with certain graphics, although, like, when I first started, they were pretty bad. But I feel like now they're pretty solid. Like, they're not
You grow.
I can always grow, but,
I
like,
can't wait to release the new game day graphics.
Yeah, dude,
they're
Oh
so
my gosh,
sick.
they're so good.
yeah.
Well, there's an Overwatch game next week, Thursday.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're
We're
Thursdays
so
at like
close.
6 or something like that.
Yeah.
6:30.
Stay tuned to the Instagram at NAU Esports.
Yeah. So, super excited for that. Super excited for Media Day.
Mhm.
Those are always so fun.
Just a way to meet all the players and stuff.
Yeah. It's always so fun.
That was like my favorite thing to do is come in during media days.
I
Oh,
just don't like setting up. But
Oh my gosh.
for me, I was gonna say for why I'm so passionate. Honestly, I just enjoy it. Personally, I think it's really fun. I'm always learning new things. Like it's pushing me to learn new things. Like I never touched anything for Photoshop before coming here. So like I wanted to like try and play around with that and like watching Richie make graphics, like learning new things from that and learning new content, and Jack's always coming up with ideas and stuff. It's like really, really cool to learn more from you guys and that I can now use on resume builders, and like I enjoy it. Like I enjoy coming in and like seeing everyone playing games and like coming in and be like, yo, Alyssa, what's up? Like it's just so fun to know you have a community here, and I'm
Mhm.
always gonna know someone who's here.
Yeah. And it's always nice to have like competition on the dev side as well. I mean, it's kind of just all between us and a couple other people. But I think we keep things fresh to the best of our ability. So speaking of that, our final question, in my opinion, the best question, Max asked, what mark do you guys want to leave on NAU Esports before you graduate? You guys are the closest to graduating, so I think you guys should definitely go first.
You go ahead.
I want to go after.
I think Jackie should go first.
Okay. I don't know. I mean, from what you were just saying, Alyssa, the way I like to advertise the club to certain people, because of the value I've gotten out of it, is the resume type thing, the resume building experience. You're going to get a lot of experience just being able to work on things independently. Better than a lot of other organizations here at the school, just because of how many different things. Like we are involved nationally, and we're very involved within the states. We are even more involved with the school. So we have a lot of moving pieces going at one time, especially in a really fast-moving industry like social media and esports. So I think if we were to leave a mark, it could be like, I would like to leave a legacy. You know what I mean? Just to have some people really be able to be runners-up for our positions, keep this going, and eventually gain that respect that esports deserves, like we all want it to have so bad. Just with professionality, future scope, and honestly, just like enjoyment. And we'll see when new generations come up, what kind of support we get in the next couple of years here. But yeah, it's hard to really define what it'll be when esports gets respect, quote unquote. But I think it'll show when it does.
Yeah, I mean, kind of how I feel about it is once I graduate, I definitely want to leave my mark here. And I feel like I've worked really hard on like what I've been doing here ever since I started. I kind of got tossed into it not knowing much about anything. And,
Like in the world.
well, not just in the world, but around like social media.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know how to make I came in here not knowing how to make graphics, not knowing how to make videos, and then now that's going to be like what I'm looking for in a career.
Mm-hmm.
So I got this huge opportunity. I was a freaking physics major before this.
Sorry.
Like, if I were to tell my high school self that I was going to be like a social media manager and that I was going to be like president of like the esports club, I wouldn't believe myself.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, I want to have work that I'm going to be super proud of, and I already have that. So like, I want to leave this club way better than what I found it, because obviously, when I started, we didn't really have all the resources that we have now.
Still really new.
So it's just like being able to like ever come back and people still know like what work's been done and just how much we've done.
Yeah.
Totally.
I feel like my answer is like pretty similar. Like obviously, kind of just always improving. I personally want to be able to like come back in a couple years, even if like no one's gonna know. Like I want to come back to my alum self and be able to still see the clubs on campus and maybe even like program or like anything super successful. Like I want to be able to see that it continued to grow even after like we're gone. Like to know there's still people committed to it, and that like I know this is like a big thing in Greek life. Like, oh my gosh, your sisters are always gonna be your sisters, and the new people coming in are your sisters, and like
we're always gonna be gamers.
Yeah, so like we're always gonna like coming back. I could be like, even when like Michael came back, there were still people that knew him, and he's like on the podcast and still like involved in esports and still wants to come back and like see the club's growth. Like I want to be able to do that too, where I can like see that it's still growing and like there's still people passionate about it, and like seeing like esports in general and everything growing is just so fascinating to me, and I don't think I'll ever stop, and I think I'm really excited to see it keep growing. So
yeah, there's a big bright future ahead for us individually and us as a whole with this club, so only time will tell, if you will.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any concluding thoughts for this episode?
No, just keep out for events up and coming. And yeah,
Karaoke night tonight. You guys
I
gonna
know.
be there?
It's good. So yeah, today's September 22nd. We're gonna have a karaoke night tonight. It's gonna be super fun. I think these events this year are super fun, even though for like this year we're kind of focusing on like building a small internal community, because I feel like if you do that first, then the big like if we do a bigger event, that'll bring it all together.
Yeah,
it's like
you
it's
need to start
really
with a
fun.
strong foundation.
So it's super fun to have like these small events, because we get to grow this community and get them to feel like that they're involved and that they belong here.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's super intimidating when we have like these really big game on events. These people are coming for the first time, and then there's already like people who know each other like personally. It's just like super hard to get yourself out there. So like having these like small events just helps them like get to know each other. Because like we'll have like 4 or 5 people come to these like small events, but like we get to meet them on a personal level, which is super cool.
And they're all great people.
Yeah.
And personally, I'm really excited for Family Weekend.
Oh yeah.
The event for Family Weekend, where we're gonna get families in here. I know my dad will be here. I'm super hyped by that.
Are we gonna throw down for that in the lab?
Yeah,
we're doing
rave.
something Sunday. I don't want to release too many details because they're still really new. We got True Blue.
Yeah.
But definitely on the lookout. We'll be announcing them ASAP Rocky.
Yeah, this is a fun time to be in esports. So, like I said earlier, get involved. If you want to, just slide up wherever this is posted. Send us a message. We're pretty responsive on Instagram in specific. Or if you know us personally, reach out to us.
Follow our Twitter too.
Yeah, our Twitter
It's not
needs
Twitter.
love.
We don't.
Our Twitter needs some love.
Twitter.
Yeah.
We don't have Twitter.
X, whatever. Still Twitter.
Zeeting.
What?
Zeeting?
Oh
No.
Isn't that what it's
gosh.
called? Zeeting?
No, everyone
Is it-
still
what's the
calls
new
it Twitter.
one?
Everyone still calls
What's
it
that
Twitter.
new app? The Instagram
Threads.
one? Do you have Threads? Follows it?
Dude,
Threads
I just
died.
want to say
It's
I was
dead,
on
right?
Threads 15, 20 minutes after it came out. So I'm an OG.
Jack
there.
was threading. He was threading.
I'm
He's threading it up.
Threading beyond compare.
I don't understand it because like no one engages with any content on Threads.
Yeah, I don't even.
Yeah, there are no
know.
content creators on there. I tried for the first 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Try to be a
put stuff
thread
out.
content.
I didn't try to be a content
Jack tried to be
creator.
Jack tried to go viral.
You know, there was like of course there was a thought
There was
in the
like,
back of my
I
mind.
think there was a funny one that I replied to. I was like, that's funny.
I want mine.
Yeah. I was like, oh, Jack,
Yeah.
you're being really
If you
funny.
guys ever get bored, scroll through my Threads account. I have a good time on
You're
there.
gonna go through a job interview in a couple years. They're gonna be like, all right, let's look through your Threads
Digital
account.
footprint much.
Have you thing where it's gonna like they're gonna pull up your Xbox voices and
Xbox
stuff.
voice chat,
Yeah. Sorry that we're ending the podcast.
No, whatever. Yet again, we want to give a big thank you to ITS and Dell for all the new peripherals, headsets, mice, and keyboards. Really awesome thing to have donated to us.
Yes, greatly appreciated.
Yeah. We will be putting them to good use professionally, competitively, and recreationally.
And casually.
Without further ado, I'm Jack.
I'm Richie.
And I'm Alyssa.
And thank you for watching this today. We chopped it up.
Thanks for chopping it up with us.
Thanks for the chopping.
Oh, and also, are we releasing the new Instagram too?
No, what?
The new Instagram. Don't we have an like just for chopping it up?
Yeah, we don't have our graphics out just yet, but there will be an Instagram specifically for a lot of short form content on here. and just the main hub. So thank you guys for listening, and see ya.